This video is about black holes, white holes, and wormholes. And what you're looking at here, I believe, is one of Earth's wormholes. And it's an animation of a flight I made in 1970, and it's the most accurate ever made of a thunderstorm vortex tunnel, is what I call it. And if you wait to the end of this video, you'll be able to see the first ever live video that has been taken of one of these vortex tunnels. So what happened when I was flying the airplane, when I entered this tunnel, an incredible transition took place. The small clouds that were scattered around the inside started rotating, and then the length and the diameter contracted. When I entered the tunnel, the diameter was well over 300 feet. And when I reached the other end of the tunnel, the wingtips penetrated the walls of the tunnel, and contrails formed on the wingtips. The wingspan of the aircraft was 33 feet, so the tunnel must have shrunk to less than 30 feet. Immediately after getting outside the tunnel, I looked back and gasped to see the tunnel collapse and turn into a slit that was slowly rotating counterclockwise. Then I looked forward, expecting to see the clear blue sky, and it wasn't there. At the same time, I felt a strange sensation I've never felt before or after. It was like zero gravity, but it was combined with a forward feeling of hydroplaning, and it lasted for about 10 seconds. Everything looked dull gray. The visibility appeared good, but I couldn't identify anything. No horizon, no blue sky above, and the ocean didn't look like the ocean. It was strange. There seemed to be something like white sparkles mixed in with the gray sky. I looked at my instruments to check my position and was unable because all of the navigational instruments were malfunctioning. Even the magnetic compass was slowly rotating counterclockwise. Since I wasn't able to identify my location, I contacted Miami Air Traffic Control and asked them for my position, and they were unable to locate me on radar. So I continued my heading, which happened to be toward Miami. I was afraid to make any turns while in this strange fog. 2 minutes later, Air Traffic Control came back on the radio and said he had an airplane directly over Miami Beach. I checked my flight time and calculated we should be at least 80 miles from Miami. Suddenly, the fog disappeared. I looked back expecting to see a fog bank, but it was clear blue skies. Somehow, we had just traveled 100 miles in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. 8 years later, I would call this electronic fog. And you're looking at the attachment point right at the end of the tunnel. That's why I felt that strange feeling while it was attaching to me. It took 30 more years before I realized the strange fog was attached to the airplane. This first photo of a black hole was taken a few years ago. It's the first photo ever taken of a black hole. They are large and powerful, and anything that enters them disappears to where we don't know, in something called an event horizon. Nothing can escape, not even light. They are located at the center of galaxies and hold the galaxies together. White holes are a new discovery and are the opposite of black holes. They are a time reversal with no emission, and the event horizon is blocking the entrance, so they are cut off from the past. Next will be artists' renderings of wormholes. Now, Albert Einstein created the theory of black holes in 1935. Then he partnered with another scientist named Rosen, and they created the theory of wormholes and called it the Einstein-Rosen bridge. What I flew through appears to be something similar. Scientists draw them like two funnels put together, but the funnel I flew through wasn't shaped like that. It was shaped more like a cylinder with the same size openings on both ends. Wormholes are like a shortcut through space and time. Enter one end and come out the other end way ahead of time and avoid a long distance of space. This is exactly what I did. I skipped through 100 miles of space in an incredible short period of time. His theory was difficult to believe until quantum mechanics was proven to exist. He called it spooky action at a distance. Somehow a particle could move from point A to point B instantly. New discoveries with quantum entanglement would help to prove that wormholes are real, and also they may help us create mind control and telepathy in the future. Now, one of Einstein's theories is called length contraction, which means when a body approaches the speed of light, the space it is traveling through would appear contracted, and the exit would be shorter in time. Also, objects like planets would appear to rotate around the body. This correlates with my flight through the thunderstorm vortex tunnel. When the plane entered the tunnel, it instantly appeared to contract from 12 miles only down to 1 mile. And the exit was reached in a shorter period of time, only 20 seconds. It should have taken 3 minutes or so. Skinwalker Ranch TV series has become popular, and it appears they are on the threshold of discovering a portal. Dr. Travis Taylor has proven that time has been altered. These are the diagrams of the portals at Skinwalker. The top of their portal appears to be at 10,000 feet, and that was exactly the same height that I was when I flew through the thunderstorm vortex tunnel. And they have discovered a time discrepancy just under 1 minute, where I had a discrepancy of 30 minutes. So there are similarities between what they've discovered and what I did. Skinwalker's portal is a vertical portal, and mine is horizontal. Mine appears to be natural, and theirs appears to be man-made or alien-made. It could be a wormhole that is used to come and go from planet Earth. These are Cirrus Clouds that are normally quite high, close to 20,000 feet. And a few years ago, 2 meteorologists that are both scientists captured this on satellite, and it's over Florida right now, and then it moves over to the Bahamas and the Bermuda Triangle area, and it goes all the way to Andros. Here comes Andros right here, and Andros Island was where I departed and ran into that lenticular cloud that started out as the huge storm spread out. But these clouds are hexagon shaped, is what the meteorologists pointed out, and they claim that these hexagons, as you can see there, are very rare, and there's one hexagon right next to where I took off. And they claim those clouds can sink ships and planes, but I don't know. But here's another hexagon, and what do you think it is? It's a portal, according to some people, and it was photographed in the area near Bimini where I went through that thunderstorm vortex tunnel, almost the same area. I was up 10,000 feet. I don't know how high this thing's up. But it could be some sort of glitch in the camera, but if it is, it's a very unusual one. The cameras sometimes pick up orbs, or it could have been, one expert told me, it could have been a butterfly flew right in front of the lens, and he captured it up too close. But you can see there, it's out over the ocean, and there's the beach in Bimini. Now these are horizontal tunnels, very rare photographs of tornadoes. And some people think I flew through one of these, but I don't think so. Normally they're vertical like this, but an airplane would never want to fly through one of those because the winds can get up to 150 miles an hour. It would just tear an airplane apart. And this is a tornado. And this is a cloud that I kind of like. It's a natural cloud, but it looks like an angel. This is called a roll cloud, and some people think I flew through one of those, but those are relatively harmless. And this is probably the beginning of a horizontal tornado. This is a downburst from a microburst, it's called. And you can see how powerful it is when it comes right around this point here. The winds can get over 100 miles an hour. I've been in 2 of these in boats, but never in an airplane. You don't fly anywhere near them in an airplane. It could cause you to crash, and it has caused airplanes to crash. This is some photos I previously put in an earlier video that shows tunnels being formed, vortex tunnels. This is a still shot of the video that I'm about to show you. And you can see there's a tunnel in the middle of this huge storm over the Everglades. And this was interesting because a lightning bolt went off way over on the other side of the storm, and it lit up the tunnel. And the tunnel, if you look at it really close, is hectagon shaped. Now here you can see it's starting to close, and now it looks like it's a square shape, which is really odd. I've never seen this in the tunnels before, but we have seen it in the hexagon clouds over Andros. So now you're seeing it's closing, getting ready to close up at this photo. So the video will be next. And first we're going to show my granddaughter, Callie Burton. She had the wherewithal to take the photo. I didn't even think of it. And there's the storm behind us, and at this point it looks like the tunnel has completely closed down, and it may have emitted like a spear of electronic fog at this point. So the video is right here, and she zooms in on it, and you can see that the tunnel's still there. It's getting to be dark out. The sun's already down, but you can still see it okay. Now she gets closer to it, and she'll pan a little bit, showing you the size of the storm. Actually, it was 3 storms all on one time, and they joined together. And you see, this is the tunnel. I think it's getting ready to close, and just before it closes, it does a little strange little movement. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the tunnel has collapsed, and now it's emitting the final spear of electronic fog. This is my latest book, Bermuda Triangle Survivor. It has more details than any of my other books. It's designed for student scientists of all ages. Electronic fog needs to be verified by mainstream science. You can help me by making comments and asking questions, and if you have ever experienced electronic fog, please let me know. And you can keep me motivated by clicking the subscribe button.